Okay.
Guys,
Oh my god.
It turned into me kicking in the corner.
It was in the way.
Alright.
Get rid of that body. We don't
Yeah.
talk about it. Hello, everybody. It's Adventure Games, and today I will be your dungeon master. I have a little something new for the channel. Not too long ago, me and a couple friends have started a D&D campaign that I am actually the DM for, and have been writing and creating this campaign from scratch from my little brain hole. So I wanted to share it with you guys as we go through this adventure together. I know this is much different from what I usually do on my channel, but I do hope you guys enjoy. And if anyone wants to animate this, please reach out. Like, that would be so cool. That literally everyone on the team would love to see animations of this campaign. It would make our hearts happy. But without further ado, please enjoy the chaos that's about to unfold in front of you as you step into the lovely world of... I don't even have a name for this campaign yet. It's kind of sad. Drop some names in the comments. But let's take a step into the lovely town, at least, of Lightvale. Enjoy, everybody.
Yes. Yes. Are you ready? Yes.
Okay.
I'm just getting my Twizzlers, don't mind me. Okay, we're good.
Being about to just dramatize what I was about to say.
No.
Guys, Twizzlers. I'd like to start off just with a quote that I did message you guys, but I feel like it's fitting as a kind of world opener. And it is the quote, "Time is like sand, seemingly infinite, ever flowing, ever molding, ever changing. I am but one of many travelers that will walk the deserts of time, and like many, I will become one with it as I sink beneath its rough surface to be lost in time." There is going to be a theme throughout your campaign, doing a lot to do with time. One might notice that this campaign is based off of Unus Annus, which is Latin, of course, for 1 year. That will play an extremely important role. However, time, as you might find out, is falling apart at its seams. Let's begin. So, we are taking place on the continent known as Arcanum, which is actually Latin for the land of secrets. Cool little fact there. And we are all in a nice little town known as Lightvale. I was going to print a map before I came here. I completely forgot.
Quick, print it out right now.
But some of you kind of know what the map looks like. Some of you don't. Some of you may have been living on a farm your entire life and have not seen the town as you may expect. Some of you might know a lot of high points in this town, and some of you might know a lot of low points in this town. It's kind of crazy how that all comes together.
Oh yeah.
But let me kind of describe the area for you. In the center of Lightvale is Squire Square. In this location, we're going to have kind of like a main church. This is where our group of paladins, who act as kind of a service to this community, they kind of act like a police force in a way, serve the city around them within the city walls. They go out, protect, they go out and help, and try to deter any crime from happening. Nearby, we will find the Bloody Bullet, a pub near the center of town next to both the ocean and the nearby river. It is a very popular pub where adventurers and residents alike come to meet together for fun drinks, fun times, and crazy assassin missions, funny enough. Just around the corner, we also find Lightvale Castle. This is the home of the Crimson Castaways, a group of assassins that were once orphans who lost their homes or their families, mostly in tragic accidents, and kind of had ended up there alone in need of help. They trained them in self-defense, but really they kind of trained them to be a little bit more badass than just, defenseless little orphans. Nearby, a little bit south of where we're at right now, is the Old Town Market, a place where farmers and just citizens alike like to sell their goods that are unique to Lightvale. There is a lot of uniqueness to this city, and it's why it's one of the popular tourist locations. Surrounding all that area is high, middle, and low-class residential kind of areas. And up in the north, we have the Honey Docks industrial location. This is just a lot of businesses, stuff like that, keep the stock coming in and out, just how the economy kind of rolls. Up north, past the gates, we find our farmland in Apple Hill. Apple Point, something like that. Let me look at my notes. Apple Shade, I was wrong. We find Apple Shade, a nice little farmland dedicated to raising unique crops. Some, home and special to some certain kinds of folks. And just beyond that, you run into forests and mountains, a very nature kind of location in the city. And then you go south of the border. It's kind of a bit shadier. There's a lot of slums, a lot of shady stuff, a lot more crime. The paladins and the assassins alike kind of stay within the city gates, just because they don't want to deal with the shit outside the gate. It's fucked out there. Lightvale's a beautiful place. We keep it beautiful. Right. Now, we kind of introduced the lovely area of Lightvale. I'd like to introduce one of our lovely people who live in Lightvale. That lovely person lives in Wolfway Point, a sweet middle-class area full of kind people and just a lovely neighborhood to be in. If you're not in the high class, you want to be in Wolfway Point. It's just a great community. Everyone's a friendly neighbor, and everyone knows this one lovely man or creature. It's hard to really describe him, actually. But you'd love to meet him, you'd love to know him, you'd love to be his best friend, and he'd love to be yours. He is none other than the goodest of good, Finnegan the Golden. Connor, would you like to introduce Finnegan to our characters?
Yes. So, my character his name is Finnegan Golden, in case you didn't know. Paladin class, with a noble background, hence living in Wolfway Point. And the alignment on that is lawful good. I am set. So my character's background is more of one set in, and being kind, helping others. I mean, it kind of goes along with the paladin class, and yeah. I didn't think that far in terms of a description. All right.
Hey, it's all good. You know what? That's why I'm here.
Exactly. So do you want me to just
begin,
yeet right into it? I got.
Let me kind of bring it towards you a little bit. So we're gonna be starting today, an early 7 a.m. At least early for some. But we're gonna be starting at 7 a.m. We find. Shut up.
No, I'm acting like it's 7 a.m. I'm actually on.
You're not even to your character yet. Your character also happens to wake up at 7 a.m. I hope you realize.
Yeah.
Anyway. It's 7 a.m., Wolfway Point. Off in the distance, there's a chime from the Paladin sect. You hear 7 chimes back to back, signaling the morning. The rise of many folks in the area as they get ready for the day. Finnegan himself actually wakes up to those chimes. He can hear them. He has beastly stronger ears than a human. And so he picks up those chimes and rises and stretches and gets ready for his day.
Finn, would you like to kind of take us through your morning routine here?
Absolutely. Hold on. I'm just throwing dice everywhere. All right. So 7 a.m. Ooh. Finnegan gets up off of his beautiful, wonderful, comfy bed. It's pretty middle class. And so gets up, does his daily stretches and meditations. Don't laugh, Jam. I'm going to laugh. So gets up, eats nice breakfast, getting ready for the day, just as he does every single day. Gets a little bit of that chow, that puppy chow, and gets ready for the day. And so kind of just does everything he normally does, showers, grooms, pretty much what you would normally do, as each one of us do. And
That's a lot to assume, actually.
I am definitely assuming. I swear. So as I get ready to walk out the door, I turn to my hosts, or I would call my parents, and wish them adieu as I leave. And I'll spare them. I'll spare y'all the names. I haven't come up with those.
We love you, son. Have a good day at work. Be the goodest you can be. What?
Bye, Mom. Bye, Pop. As I rush out the door. And just want to get just want to get right into the day. I mean, every day is an opportunity to do good and to help someone out. And so, on my way to Squire Square, where I am to meet with the Paladin sect and to get my posts for the day and kind of my orders. Going down there, and I have to pass right through the market in order to get there. And I love passing through the market. I have many friends there, and so as I pass through the market, I turn to Merida and I say, Merida, how are your apple sales going?
Well, the day's just started, honey. I haven't even put out the stand.
Yes, but you got them a week ago.
True, but darling, they're delicious. Would you like one for the girl?
You know what? Yes, I would love one for the go.
It's in the house, dear. We love you so much around here. Just please take whatever one you like.
And so
Pick the brightest, the most colorful, whatever you'd please.
I don't have an apple. So I go to take one of the nice.
No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, I don't. Actually, I have an orange.
Same thing.
Anyways, so I go grab one of the glistening apples and put it in my satchel, and before I go, I turn back to Merida and I say, Merida, there's with the new trades coming into town, this week should be crazy for trades. And
oh, yes, dear. I'm excited. I've been preparing for this all week, ever since I got the apples.
Exactly. And as I do my patrol, I'll throw some of the people I talked to your way, and on my way back, I'll come and I'll pick up some apples. I love that you give them to me for free, but I want to support you back.
Oh, you're so lovely, dear. You're literally the best paladin in all the sect. Please come here every day.
Oh, you flatter me. Oh.
You have a lovely day at work, dear. Please, protect these people. We all love you.
Thank you.
Bro collects himself there, thank you.
Alright, so I go, move on from Merida, and along the way I see one of the common blacksmiths. And once again, just like with Merida, I stop in. Adam! So I turn to Adam the blacksmith, and I love Adam. human of race, and he always looks after my gear, and I know he slips me a couple coin back. I tip him anyways, with that same. And stop in once again. Adam, how goes the business?
It's going pretty well, Finnegan. How's that armor doing? Is it keeping cold? What the fuck did I just say? Keeping strong is what I meant to fucking say.
Guys, we gotta log in.
Ugh. You know, keeping cold, keeping you cold.
It is.
I know you heat up really easily.
It's keeping me actually nice and cool, believe it or not. With that lining that you helped me install, perfect. Especially when it gets nice and hot, and I've not had any problems. It deflects the rocks that the kids throw like none other. And
Perfect. Anything I need to work out, any kinks anywhere.
And no, I just wanted to stop by and say hi and make sure you're doing okay.
Oh, I appreciate it, Finnegan. You're a great service to this community.
Well, at least I should be saying the same thing about you. You see, you're the best blacksmith I know.
Well, I'm the only blacksmith you know, but I'll humor you. Thank you very much, Finnegan.
No one else
I'm
needs to
one
know
of the kind, as they say.
All right, so let's see. I lost where I was in my notes. Well, Adam, I'll leave you on your way. I gotta get to the Paladin sect before I'm late. I don't want any more fines off of the last one. And so
Oh, of course.
I'll catch you later. And so I turn around and run off into the sun. I'm kidding. There's no sunset.
The sunrise, really.
I know. So turn back into the market and continue on my way. And so right as the bell gets ready to ring, I walk into the Paladin sect, and I turn to just the head officer there. I mean, I'm familiar with it. I know where to go. And so I go in and turn to the elf warrior there, and I'm like, Dragnir, where am I supposed to go today? What's the patrols? Who do I need to whack? In a good way.
Finn, the jokester as always. You're right on time as usual, except for those few times, but we'll excuse those.
We don't talk about those times,
We have a
Dragnir.
pretty important schedule for you. We've had a lot of crime being reported in the Old Town Market District. A lot of thieving happening at around 1 p.m. around that midday rush.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to need you to get there by 1 at the latest. But until then, make sure you reach up into the Honey Docks kind of area, make sure everything's running smoothly over there. Kind of make your way around to Night Reach and, go back around and make sure to double check those low residential areas. You know how they are. But as long as you make it to the Old Town Market by around 1 p.m., that's our main concern for today.
Perfect. Let me write that down in my notes, and I'll start on immediately. Speaking of notes, actually, I'm going to draw a little path here.
Good work, Finnegan. I'll report to you later on this evening.
All right, can do. Thank you so much, Dragnir. And as always, I will see you later. Sweet. And that cuts. So I turn around, I'll leave the Paladin sect, and I'll actually go around the corner and start right away heading north to the Honey Docks as assigned to do. Normal report, nothing happens there. Just the same old laborers and just kind of the travelers that come through. And looping over to the west, Night Reach, nothing but some kids being kids, throwing rocks at dogs, throwing rocks at people, them being rabble-rousers. And so looping back through to Faye Street, nothing. And So as it crests, as I noticed that it's starting to reach kind of the noonish area, so I'm like, oh, gotta get over to Daggerlight and to the Old Town Market before it gets super heavy and the thieves start coming out. Crossing through Face Street and through most of the rest of Old Town. Old ladies, they gotta have help. They fell off their carts. They're dropping bottles everywhere. Typical old ladies. You know how it is. Yeah, bless their hearts. Let's see
You
here.
remind me of my grandson.
No way. I have a lot of people telling me that. I'm so glad I could be a remembrance.
I remember when I was your age.
I can too. So Daggerlight Gate's over to the west, and I mean it's a lower income area. I mean, I walk up on someone in a at least actually I'll leave this up to Jam. So walking through any of the just the roads and the alleys, Jam, do I notice anything at all or anyone being suspicious?
You know what? I haven't written it in. Roll a perception check. Be the first roll of the game, Mr. Finnegan.
Yes, hold up. I gotta get my my little area here to actually roll properly.
And the best part is, I know your stats, so I don't even need to hear your additions. Just tell me what you roll.
2.
So
this is gonna be rough.
You don't see anything too suspicious. You do see, like, people kind of looking at you funny, but they always do when you walk through, because they know that you're looking out for them. They really trust you. They trust all the paladins equally, actually.
I'm not going to use that dice anymore for those kind of rolls. Hold up. Let me sort my dice over here. Oh, because that was my attack dice. That's why. I didn't use my other dice. Oops.
But, yeah, the area seems oddly clear. Usually you find at least 1 or 2 troublemakers, especially in this area, but it is kind of funny that you don't notice anything today. But, you're on the clock, so you better get over to Old Town pretty quickly anyway.
Yeah, that's my next stop anyways, especially since I'm airheaded today and I didn't see anything. Can't believe I rolled a 2. And so I guess I'll end that area by just rushing back to the market area, to Old Town, get as the people start to roll in.
Oh, perfect. So, Finn, you approach the Old Town Market perfectly on time. You're doing great with your scheduling today. As you enter the market, you see crowds and crowds of people. It's much busier than it's been the past couple of weeks. As you had mentioned to the lovely apple seller, that you know that it's going to be picking up for a while. And so as you're walking through, you're kind of watching each stall. You see people rushing different stalls. Everyone's got their coins out. They're like, please, I fucking need this shit right now. I need it right now. But as you're going through, you're kind of making sure the general public's okay. It's going to be chaotic, but, not every chaotic problem needs the good boy paladin to solve it. But as you're walking through, just an aroma catches your nose. Something powerful, something that you do recognize, because you've walked through the market many of times, but there's just a stronger aroma, more than usual. And you just kind of follow that scent over to a lone stall that is just surrounded by people. You're not the only one that have caught onto the scent just filling your nostrils. And you see one single worker, like, working their ass off, just sitting behind the stall, and you can see they're just becoming overwhelmed with these people. And you're like, you know what? Maybe if I'm gonna help anyone, maybe I should help that little creature over there. And so, as you approach, we're going to take a step back. We're going to go back to this morning. In fact, back to 7 a.m. We hear the ticking of the grandfather clock. That grandfather clock ticks the time away until suddenly, boom, 7 o'clock rolls around. And we find ourselves in the north reaches of Lightvale, up in Appleshade District. The farmland, the beautiful landscape. You know, just forest, mountains. You know, on these forests is where all the children go to play. It's a very positive and very nature-filled area. If you want to be one with nature, you know, Appleshade is the way to go. And we look into this little cottage where this grandfather clock is chiming away, and we find just a lovely gnome family. You know, a loving mother who we know as Ida, and a protective father named Mander, with their sweet, innocent child known only as Carmen. Carmen, will you introduce yourself to the players?
Okay, so I'm a druid gnome. I'm a farmer. Farm on my farm. And I'm neutral good. That's my alignment. I could be described as a playful, good-hearted, observant creature. Very perceptive to my surroundings. And I think a lot. I'm a big thinker. And I want to explore, you know? I've been cooped up all my life in this little hut, just knowing the farmlands, but I want to go and explore. That's my goal.
Perfect. Now, for this special day, you know, that exploration that you spoke of, you're like, you know what? It's time. Today you're going to go talk to your parents and say, hey, I know we've been talking about it, but I have something to tell you. You know, just go and talk to your parents.
Mom, Dad. Okay, listen. I know that you don't agree with me, but I'm almost 20-year-old gnome years. That's so old for me, right? I've been alive for 20 whole gnome rotations. Trust me, I know. It's crazy. I know. But I was wondering if I could just go into the borders of Lightvale. Please?
Honey, we know you're getting older, and we've heard you talk about your want to explore. I know we've kind of kept you even from the woods outside the farmland. We just care about you, and you know how your grandpappy was back in, you know...
Back in now.
Oh my god. You guys are breaking me around.
Sorry.
Okay. You know how Poppy was? He was very protective of all of us, and, you know, but he also had that drive to be strong and stand up for ourselves, even though we're small and defenseless little creatures.
Hey, I'm defenseless.
You're right, honey. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But your mother and I have been talking, and we agree that it is time for you to explore. But we do have one request. Well, just one. And it's nothing bad,
Okay.
I promise.
Okay.
Hold on, I'm mother now. Honey, we just want you to take some of the snidget with you and go to the market today.
Oh.
We don't have much money to give you, but maybe you can sell and just keep the money. You don't need to come back home tonight. Just take some to the market and just make a living for yourself. You can start off, sell as much as you can, sell all of it, or keep some of it for yourself. Whatever you'd like to do, honey.
Really?
Yes, but just take what we have picked for the past month. Just take as much as you can. I know you can only carry so much, but just take as much as you can. And oh, don't forget your thermos of juice that we still haven't named.
Oh, okay.
But just, you know, keep it to yourself. We haven't shared that secret with anyone. We want you to have it so you can feel energized and get through the day and whatever the world has to throw in.
Juice?
Eclectic?
Yes.
How the fuck do you spell that? Ecelic?
Yes. Eclectic.
Eclectic. Thank you, honey. I didn't know that. But I did know that the whole
It's
time.
right here.
But yeah, take some of the eclectic elixir with you. Just keep it in your little cup and just drink it whenever you
Keep
need.
me energized.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know, the world is crazy out there, and you don't know what you're gonna run into. But just drink it whenever you need, and I know you'll do great out there, honey.
Thank you.
Of course,
Well,
you.
I guess I'll see you.
Yeah. Come here.
And then I say my goodbyes, and I
Bye,
open the
dear.
door.
We love you.
Bye, Mom. Bye, Dad.
You come visit us anytime. We'll be here.
Okay.
We aren't going anywhere.
And then
dear.
I'm overcome with emotion, so I open the door and I leave. I have my bag of snidgets and I have my juice, and I set off. I look into the distance at the big. Is it a wall? Is it like a wall?
Yeah,
I
a
look at
city
the
wall.
wall. Like, I'm ready for this. And then I start marching down the path.
Perfect. So you set out. It's still pretty early morning, and you know that your family has a stall out in the market, and you know exactly where it is. They've described it many times to you, and it has your family name just embroidered on the side. You guys custom made it yourselves. So you kind of head into town. You're full of excitement. You're also extremely terrified, but you pretend like you're not. But you're just excited for the world and what's to come. So you pull up to your stall. You kind of get everything set up and just start selling. You know, you hear all the times where your parents would bring in crowds and crowds of people, and you know how successful your product is. So you just start selling it. Just improv it.
Oh, it's clicking.
Just like, yeah.
Hi, sir. Sir, would you like to? Would that'll be 5 coins. Oh, thank you so much. Have a good day. Oh, hello. Oh, yes. Thank you so much. Nah, I take out my drink.
Mhm.
I sip it. Ooh. All right. Keep making sales.
If you want, you can just hand it to me whenever you're ready.
Sales are booming. About noon now. Sales are booming. It's like
Perfect.
in and out. I'm nervous, but I feel like I've got it under control.
Perfect.
sales
But then there's
woman.
this one guy that comes in, and he's intimidating. He's a big guy,
Mhm.
big build. And he's like, I can see he's aggressive. I've watched him down the street, going from place to place when it was a little slow.
I have the perfect voice for him if you want me to.
All right, and he comes up.
Excuse me, mate.
I turn off.
What exactly is this that
Oh.
you're selling?
This is my family's treasure. It's called a snidget.
What is it used for?
Well, so you can. Wait, do they know that there's a sack? They don't know.
No, could you take him out?
Okay. So it comes in a plate, but we take it out, and then you can. I'm channeling Connor. Yeah, so you can boil it, and it makes a delicious stew, or just meat. It's very energizing. Just it can get you through the day. I like to eat it for breakfast. It's very good. It's very good for the environment.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, family treasure. You can't find it anywhere else. Nowhere in Lightvale sells this.
Oh,
And it's only 5 coins. 5. Only 5. Mhm.
That's incredible.
I know.
Boil it, mash it, stick it in a stew.
Ew.
Is there a maximum on how much you can buy?
Well, we only have about 5 left. It's been a busy day.
Oh, I don't want to take from the rest of your pot. I'll buy one for you.
Buy one?
Yes.
Here you go, sir.
Thank you so much. Thank you. And you just see him as he walks away. Now with the weight of it in his hand, now his steps are like thudding. He's just a big guy, but you know he's an innocent little guy that looks like he could smash you into pieces. He just and he sniffs it and he's like, "Oh wow, this is really good." You just hear in the distance, and you're like, never happy customers.
Another one.
So around this time, it's becoming the rush. You see just crowds of people starting to swarm you, and you're like, you know that you only have so much left, and there's just people like, oh, I'll buy 20, and then you just go,
I got 4.
oh, but I'm first. I'm
so
me
sorry.
first.
Price is gonna be 10 coins for one.
I'd like one here. I want one. It just becomes overwhelming, and then you just start kind of breaking down. And around this time, a fellow approaches you, and he says something. Then
Okay, no, hey, I just didn't know if it was someone else because I didn't get any info on that.
Okay.
All right. All right.
just like you approach and like, oh, I see you're overwhelmed. Is there anything I can do? Just you feel
no. When she said Finn, I was like, okay, I got this. I got this in the bag. All right, out of the way. Scoots back, scoot back, scoot back. To kind of get people away from just.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Yes.
Okay. As Finn kind of settles the dust a little bit, both of you make a perception check.
I'm rolling my good dice this time.
Oh, I got a
Hold
12.
up. Wait.
12.
Perception is wisdom. So that brings me to 14.
14. Perfect.
Wait, hold up. Wait, no, it's no, it's not. It's not 14. It's 16 because I'm my proficiency.
So, as the dust kind of is settled, you see, both of you see, a figure who seems to be kind of back away, like he's sneaking off. And you notice, like, under his cloak, he has one of the snidgets and he's stealing.
Steve, there's a thief.
He hears you and he immediately starts running.
Damn.
I'm a sick'em.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, God.
Then you run after him.
I'm running after him.
You're
gonna leave the rest of it.
No, here, look. Here, look.
Okay,
I
come back when you have it.
I noticed. So I noticed it's Carmen, right?
Yeah.
So I noticed Carmen starting to whine to run over there, and I'm like, stop. Let me handle it. And so I rush off because my speed, I'm pretty sure, is higher anyways. And so I haul pork chops way over there.
Perfect.
And
you immediately catch up to this guy. As much
slow.
as he thinks he can outrun you, he cannot whatsoever. You immediately catch up to him and you're like,
fuck, boy.
You confront him. What are you gonna say to this guy?
I get up close to him and I put, one of my hands on him. And does he still try to resist or does he just stop?
He immediately get your hands off me.
All right, so I tackle him. What's that is
Okay, I'm gonna ask for a dexterity or an acrobatics.
acrobatics. Well, it's a good thing I'm. Is it acrobatics or is it athletics?
Let's do athletics.
Sweet. That saved me. That went from a -1 to a +5. 20! Nat 20! Woo!
Not 20.
Hey, look at this. First nat 20 of the session. There it is. Oh, there it is.
Woo! All right. So
I get a 25 on that boy.
You crouch down, you're about to put all your body weight straight into this guy and take him down in an instant. You crouch down, you leap straight into him, you take fuck. So you get down, you tackle this guy to the floor. He's down in an instant. He cannot move. You have pinned him down, and just what are you gonna tell this guy? Are you gonna? You just gonna bark his head out? What are you gonna do right now? Just yell at him? What are you doing? Tell me right now.
Let's see here. So he's on the ground. I'm pretty much standing on top of him. Obviously, I'm going to secure the what was it called?
Snidget.
What?
Snidget.
Anyways, I'm going to make sure that 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 the goods are nearby, and I got to make sure I secure the goods.
Perfect.
And I know after that, I obviously I'm gonna tell them, sir. You're. Oh, I guess I'm the paladin. I can arrest people. Sir, you're under arrest for thievery. Thievery?
That was about the quietest thievery.
Wait. I was trying to remember the difference between thievery and burglary. I was like, burglary is like breaking and entering.
It's just theft, man. It's
Huh?
just theft.
Stealing. Anyways, I say, hey, you're under arrest for stealing.
Okay.
And I didn't think that far. Actually, so I pat him down to make sure he doesn't have any weapons that can harm me.
Okay,
do I
do
find-
a perception check.
Give my good dice. Perceptions never
I
failed
am
me.
so glad you're doing this. I am so happy right now. You have no idea.
15.
15? Is that with the modifier?
Yes.
Okay, perfect.
Modifier
So you're-
always comes into play.
Perfect. So you're patting him down. He has just a small dagger on his person, as well as you see this like vial that he's holding under his cloak. You look at it a little closer, and it's some like mystical liquid that you don't quite recognize. But like you take a whiff of it, and it kind of smells like the snidget, and you like have no idea where it comes from, but you figure you'll take it off his person. You don't know if it's dangerous, if it's poison, if whatever it is, but it just has a faint smell that smells just like the snidget that he also stole.
I realize I still don't have a pencil. I'm not gonna write that down.
Here, I have one. You want one?
Oh yes, thank you. What if I like actually pull out a pencil? That'd be kind of
I
crazy.
can't wait for that to be a bit for the entire campaign. Just like, hey Connor, I need this. And then here, Connor, take this.
Hey y'all want a Twizzler? I'll make sure that the dagger's off to the side, or secured, and then I have the little vial, serum, extract, whatever it is. I have that. I'll set it aside into my bag, just so I can take it back, report it in, just because it is a mysterious liquid. But before I do that, I'm gonna ask him what it is. Sir, what is this vial?
It's whatever that damn gnome had in her drink holder. I don't know what it is. It's just it seemed like it had magical properties. I didn't recognize it. I just thought it was important.
So you stole the snidget. Snidget. Jeez. So you stole the snidget and you stole the drink, or vial.
Yeah, whatever. Just
Sweet. That is
take me in already.
2
Jeez.
counts of theft. Well, I gotta tell you what I'm taking you in for before I take you in.
I know what I'm going in for. Just get it over with already. Obviously, you kind of recognize him as just a criminal you've probably seen on the outskirts of town. He's done this before. He's probably been in jail several times at this point. He's just tired of you're under arrest spiel, and you can tell just by the way he's acting. And that's just the kind of vibe you get from him.
I guess due to the commotion of all that, are there other paladins around, or is it just me?
There is actually, and there is one off in the distance if you want to call him over.
Yeah, so I'll say no. So I'll call out to the paladin, just because I still need to return. I guess I'm not gonna take in the vial because I recognize that it's he stole it, so I'll obviously return it to Carmen, which I don't know her name yet. My character doesn't know her name, but so I'll call it to the paladin, and then he can come and get the dude, and I'll give him the
Yeah. So, Finnegan, I see you've caught another one. What do we got going on here?
Yeah. So this guy, just 2 counts of theft, and unless you've seen him do anything else, right now it's just 2 counts of theft. Just take him in, book him, and get him on his way. I have to return these goods
Thank you
to.
so much, Finnegan. We appreciate your service. I'll handle them right away.
All right. Thank you. What was the name?
Dave.
Dave. Dave.
Dave.
I know we don't interact much, but I've seen you around. You're pretty popular around the sect.
Woo! All right. So, all right. Thank you so much, Dave. And I'll owe you on this one. And then.
Hey, I appreciate it.
And so I'll make sure. Kind of my ducks are all in one place. I got make sure the dagger's secured with Dave, and then bring the goods because I'm not gonna say it right.
So you got it.
Snidget.
Snidget.
Anyways, snidget.
Yes.
No, yeah, that's right. You got it.
You need to like spell it out and keep it there.
So I return to Carmen and I say, "Here, ma'am. Here are the goods that were stolen." He said he also stole this from you, and I give her back the vial or
I
flask.
snatched it from her real fast and I put it in my pocket. And I looked like suspicious, but like not in like a suspicious way, but in like a wary way. Like,
No.
thank you, sir. What'd you say your name was again?
My name is Finnegan. You can call me Finn.
Oh, thank you.
I'll be dying.
Wow, I get that special nickname.
Yep. And yours is?
Oh, Carmen, but you can call me Carmen. See, look, we both have nicknames.
Woo! Nice to meet your acquaintance. Yes. Are you all settled in and everything? Is the crowd still too much? Do I need to get some other people here to help you out?
It's been busy, but I've only got 2 more left, so I think after this I might just go explore the city once I'm out of my stock.
Yep,
And,
perfect.
and then you hear that, and after seeing the absolute chaos that unfolded in front of you, you have this urge to kind of escort her. She seems like you've known about the gnomes, but you feel like she kind of deserves an escort, especially being the same height as you. You feel like you small-heighted figures need to work together.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh.
Yes, you're the tallest.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. So I'll say, yeah, I'll hang around.
Because they're both 3 feet tall.
Can I sell my last one right now?
Oh yeah, continue selling.
Actually, 3.5 feet tall.
Well, I'm like feet.
Yeah, well, I know Carmen's only 3 feet.
Yeah. Damn. And then, okay, I'm gonna sell my last one to this elder lady who's apparently she's a regular when my parents run the shop.
No,
So she knows, and she's like, oh, you're new.
yeah, okay.
I'm like, here you go, man.
How's your parents doing?
Oh, they're doing great. Thank you for asking.
Oh, thank you. I serve this like every holiday that we have with the family. It's my special dish. I don't tell my family. It's actually yours, but
thank you.
It's we absolutely love it.
You know what? That'll be 2 coins. Give you a discount.
Oh, dear, that you don't even have to. That's so
course.
amazing of you. Thank you so much. My family's gonna be so excited tonight.
Great rest of your day.
You too, dear. Tell your parents hello for me.
I will. Like, this is I'm never gonna see them again.
Right.
Okay.
Okay, and so as the crowd disperses, as you've run out of product, you and Finn just kind of get together, and you're like, okay, we're gonna explore the city. And Finn, as he knows the city very well, is like, he can give you a little bit of a tour, kind of show you different sites. Finn, do you want to kind of take the wheel on that? Just kind of show probably the better parts of the city.
No, we want to go to the sketchy part. What are you talking about?
You want to save like the best for last, so you're gonna bring her to the square last. So you're gonna kind of go everywhere around, and then you'll kind of circle to the beginning.
Yeah, and
Take me somewhere cool. Take me somewhere cool.
All right. So I say we'll walk a little bit more through Old Town, just because it's kind of more like the shopping center. Just kind of window shopping and just making small talk. Oh, so So Carmen, you said it was. So where are you coming from? Are you traveling around? Are you from around here?
Apple shade.
So yeah, well, my mom and dad are from where is the place that they moved from? Alhazy Forest. I don't know if you ever heard of it. It's kind of a ways away, but they came to Apple Shade a little while ago, and then I was born, and I've never been inside the city. So my parents finally let me go, and I'm so excited.
Wait, so is this your first time in the city ever?
Yeah, it is.
No
And I was
way.
just running
That's
my parents' shop.
that's wild. That's cool.
I
That's so
know.
amazing.
No.
We're just bouncing off each other's energies here.
Yeah.
That's great.
This is so cute. This is the best friendship. So, yeah. Who are you? What are you like?
Well, so my name's Finnan, as you already know.
Yeah.
I am, as I've guarded up, you can see the little paladin crest. I'm one of the paladins here that. Yeah, so I just kind of like the law enforcer, just a little warrior, and so yeah, I'm actually from the city. I'm from Wolfway Point. You know, it's just kind of actually a little bit east from here. We'll walk through it and everything. It's actually really cool.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Canonically, she doesn't know what she's doing.
Yeah, it's fine. But before we, just because I mean, it's still in the middle of the day. Have you eaten it all? Like, are you
No,
hungry?
I'm kind of hungry. All that snidget smell was just in my stand the whole time, and I was like thinking of mom and pop's cooking, and yeah, I could eat. I mean, I have some money from shop, just nowhere super expensive,
Of course, we just kind of around where we are there. I mean, there's just some small like bakeries, and there's some like pubs or taverns around.
Ooh, I want to go to a pub. That sounds like the city life.
All right, let me zoom in on this map.
So, as you guys are kind of approaching the city center, you guys are walking together up to Squire Square and where the Bloody Bullet is. As you're going, something strange just kind of happens. You're walking, and both of you simultaneously just your vision goes blurry. All of a sudden there's like it seems like your eyes are like flashing. There's just this flashing, and everything's blurry, and you just stop.
Wait, blurry.
Whoa.
Oh, let me just take off my glasses here.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, right.
So
Yeah, we're in the blur zone.
Everything's blurry. You're trying to like blink this blurry, like flashing out of your eyes. It seems violent because it's dark and light, and it's like not even you're blinking. It's just seems so aggressive, and then it stops.
Does that usually happen here? I've never been here. Does it usually happen?
It does not.
Oh, great.
I've actually never had that happen. I don't know what's going on there.
And once your vision clears and you guys realize that you both had that shared experience, you see the sun is setting. You remember it being around 2:00 when you guys were walking towards the pub. Suddenly it seems like it's got to be 7 p.m. It's something just doesn't seem right.
Is it dark?
It's sun is setting. But it seems odd, but you seem like you both experienced it. Maybe it's just something happened and everyone experienced it. You're not too sure what just happened.
I am going to do like a little area check. I just want to make sure that do I notice like any changes between me versus like Carmen? Just like is anything like physically different?
Why don't you both roll a perception check?
I got an 11.
I got a 17. Oh wait, hold on, wait, with the modifier. I got a 20 with modifier.
So a dirty 20, perfect. Let's see. So you both succeed, and you kind of look around you. You yourselves look the exact same. You don't look like dirt or nothing's weird. You look exactly how you were before this weird experience. All your fingers are intact. You're not missing anything from your vial. Everything's still there. I know you check immediately. That's one of the first things you look at, but everything is still there. You both are completely unaffected, but all the area around you seems like something's a little different. Uh, it seems like the air is a bit cooler. Obviously, it's sunset, but it feels like it was a very sunny, bright day, not too many minutes before, but it seems like a lot colder than you would expect for this time of year. It's not like extreme cold. It's just like if
I
it
have
was
low body fat. I can't keep my heat.
it was like say it was 85 degrees midday, and you expected the sunset temperature to be around 50. Right now it's about 50. It's a bit colder.
Okay.
You weren't expecting colder weather for probably another week or two, as it is kind of fall season. But it just seems a little colder. And then you're looking around. Right away, it's darker. There's not as many people as there were just a few minutes ago. And Finn, you specifically notice that up ahead, you're kind of looking ahead where your destination of the Bloody Bullet is, and you see two signs that were outside that weren't there before. You see a sign that says, "Adventurers needed. Ask the bartender for the pub." And you also see a sign that's been enchanted that says, "We're back," in all caps, and there's fireworks that had been enchanted onto the sign. So it seems like something's going on at the pub that just wasn't today. You don't know if it's something special for the day. It just seems out of the blue because nothing on your radar knew about any special event going on at the bar. You usually know about all the special events around town, especially because you're usually assigned to work them. So you have no idea what's going on at the pub, and it immediately kind of intrigues you.
Hey, special event. You should go there.
That's where we're going.
Yeah. Okay.
Actually, Jam, before we walk into the pub, since we're right around Squire Square anyways, is the temple still open? Just to say, hey, I finish off my report, and then maybe see if I can get an update about if anyone else experienced these flashes.
I love when you change my plans. It's actually very exciting.
Yeah, just I knew you did not plan for that.
That's great.
I know you didn't plan for that, and that's why I was like, I'll ask. But if you just want me to full send any improv always,
very much in your character to finish your job. Please do go in. It's definitely open. It's always open for paladins 24/7.
I'm a workaholic.
In real life too.
Yeah.
But
I got 2 hours of sleep last night.
Go ahead, go inside.
Sweet.
Please do.
So I'm going to turn to Carmen and say, all right, Carmen, if you want, you can go ahead. Or if you just give me a couple minutes, I got to go finish out, see if actually, before we even do that, whenever everything comes back, are we both aware that we both had little flashes, or
You guys talked about it. You said,
Okay.
whoa. She's like, whoa, does that normally happen?
Yeah,
No.
okay, let's remember. Okay, so I was like, I'm gonna go in, make sure everything's all good there, and if you give me a couple minutes, I'm also gonna ask about the little whatever went on there a little earlier.
The blurry thing.
Yeah, the blurries, the flashes, the times, whatever. Just to see if anyone else got that. Just because that's not normal and should get checked out.
Well, while he goes in, I'm just gonna be like, okay, I'll see you in the pub, and I go in the pub.
Sweet.
You just take a seat somewhere in a booth or whatever.
Okay.
Just wait for him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Welcome in. Ah, thank you.
So, you go into the Square, go and meet up with the Paladins, and immediately when you walk in the door, everyone looks at you concerned. They're like, Finn, where have you been? We've been looking for you. Like, what's going on? Are you okay?
Yes, question mark. Yeah,
Yes, question mark.
I'm actually good. Um, actually, funny that you mentioned that. So I was escorting someone around town, and it's actually the reason why I came back in here. There's like I just noticed like we were walking and things started like flashing and I got all blurry, and the next thing I know it was like getting dark outside. It was sunset. It seems like hours and hours have passed, and excuse me. And so I was actually just checking in as well. Like, what did y'all notice anything different, or was it just me that just like fell into like this weird like little funk time thing?
We have no idea what you're talking about. The weird thing is, you've been gone for a week.
Hey, yo, what?
Looking, we've had searches. We even got the Crimson Castaways to help. We don't usually partner with them, but literally, we've been looking for you for a week. We thought you were killed, or you gone missing, or that little creature that you were helping just took you away. We went and interrogated that family. We just thought you guys were dead.
Not the poor family.
Oh my god, I'm gonna be so worried about them.
They're gonna be so traumatized. Oh my goodness. Yeah.
So where have you been? Did you guys go out and it didn't tell us, or like what's going on, Finn?
The last thing I remember is the market rush. You said a week has passed.
Yes, David said a week ago when he brought in that guy that you captured. Like we're like, wait, Finn got another one, and then you just go missing.
On that day, we sent him in, and I escorted someone through town, and all of a sudden, like I was literally in Old Town just escorting, and then we both felt really weird, and then just to find out that it's been a week, I don't know what's going on.
We've searched Old Town every single day. That was your last known location. We looked there the most. No one had any eyes on you. All your favorite people that you seem to always talk to, nobody had seen you in a week. Everyone was worried about you.
Yeah. I was literally on Harbinger Street and Elm Street. Like it was right on there. It just that was the last thing I remember. Everything went kind of blurry, kind of started flashing things here or there, and then a couple minutes later, it went away, and then here I am. I don't know that I went away. I didn't know that I went away. I didn't know that I did this, but I just time felt like normal. And that's, I mean, obviously that's really concerning. Did anything come back about like the guy that I brought in?
Nothing out of the ordinary. He's from Misty Hill or whatever outside of town. We have him locked up. We're going to keep him there for a while. It doesn't even affect him anymore. We might try to put him to work of some sort, do some community service, but honestly, nothing too special about him, but like, we're more worried about you. And you know what? Here, we're glad that you're all right, and this is great. We're going to try to investigate. We're going to talk to other city members, see if anyone else has experienced flashing blurriness. Is that kind of what you experienced?
Yeah. See, just see if anyone else has like disappeared for like a week randomly, and if they didn't feel like it's been a week. I'm actually gonna go back to the pub. I'm gonna meet up with the small companion I was with earlier, because they experienced the same thing. We're just to see if we can maybe get some information. I mean, obviously we just need a bite to eat, but let's look into that for me, and I'll check back in at a later date, and I'll see if you got anything new.
Yeah, I was just about to say, since you were with someone and they experienced the same thing, or you guys seem to be in a similar spot, I want you to stick with them. We're not going to give you any routes or anything for however long we need to figure this out. You stick with that person and just make sure that everything is okay. You stick with them, make sure their health is fine. I want them making sure your health is fine. Don't worry about you guys. If you seem to be going through this weird time warping thing together, just stick by your side for a little bit, all right?
That's the plan. All right, thank you so much. I'm gonna get going, and I'll check back. Thank you so much.
Well, you're okay, Finn. Good luck out there, and be extra careful. This is new.
This is new. This is odd. Can do. Thank you for the concern. And so I'll turn around and I'll just go around to the walk the whatever, a little bit, minute or two, walk over to the pub, and I'll enter, and I will go locate and sit next to Carmen if there's a seat available.
Over.
All right, and then as you guys enter the pub, we're gonna take another step back. We're gonna go not as early in the day. We don't have any early risers now. All those have been taken care of.
The late risers.
Yes, we're gonna talk to one of our late risers. So we find ourselves at the heart and soul of the city, the most central pub known as the Bloody Bullet. It is currently about 11 a.m., and we hear the ticking of the clock as we slowly see our badass character arise from her slumber. Because I don't want to introduce her, because she can introduce herself. But we're going to look inside the Bloody Bullet, around some corners, past an employees-only door with a bunch of keep-out warnings, all around the outside of this door. And in this door, we find our most traumatized, but most badass bartender in all of Lightvale, the person who could knock you out with her drinks or her punches, Ember. Kylie, if you would like to introduce yourself to the players.
Hey, hello. I'm Ember. I'm a rogue and a half elf. Yeah, I'm pretty fucking traumatized, but we won't get into that right now. I'm a bartender at the place that you guys are in right now. And I am...
Well, they're not there right now. It's only
it's
only 11 a.m.
Yeah, you guys will eventually go to 11 a.m. the first day.
The first day, yeah.
I don't know. Maybe you guys coming on. And I am also an assassin. I did grow up in Crimson Castaways, so I'm pretty good like that. No. That's crazy. Why would I be an orphan? Yeah.
I mean, valid. Hey,
Yeah.
Batman's technically an orphan, and he became a superhero.
Yeah, that's
Literally, Kylie is basically Batman.
exactly. I'm Batman. Yeah.
Do your relatives keep you under the stairs?
Wait, no, that's not Harry Potter.
I live above the bar, actually.
So, today is a special day for Ember, as she got up, she prepped herself for the day, but immediately set to work. A special circumstance has come up where she gets to do one of her independent target missions. She's hard at work preparing for a high-value, crazy target to be coming into Lightvale for about a week. She got intel from some patrons the night before that the renowned renowned assassin known as Golden Hale is coming to town just on some work. He's not doing any assassinations. He's just getting supplies. With Lightvale being, very famous for its unique materials and plants and so on and so forth, he likes to visit just to kind of resupply before he goes out. He is one of the most hired assassins throughout the entire continent of Arcanum. And he was not actually raised by the Crimson Castaways. He was not even born in Light Vale. We have no idea his origins. He keeps it very close to himself. Nobody knows anything about him, but the only thing they do know is if you're the target, you're fucking dead. So think of like John Wick and Killing a Dog, you know? You're dead, bro, and your entire bloodline gone.
Never stood a chance.
So, you, Ember, learn that this man has been in the assassination business for, 2 decades roughly, and is highly skilled, especially at long-distance marksmanship. Something that is kind of traumatizing and makes you a little concerned about your past. And this is the biggest lead you've had in months to the mystery that you've been trying to solve for so long. So for this mission, you'd rather just take him out, be done with the day, have a few drinks, and serve some patrons. But for this mission, as it is very personal, you have to take the liberty upon yourself to ask questions, get intel, maybe kill him if you're really mad at him. Whatever. You kind of go with the flow, just whatever feels right in the situation. But thankfully, you're ahead of the game. You're preparing ahead of time. Thankfully, you heard it from the patrons the day before. He's not coming for another day. So just kind of get to work, kind of verbalize what you're feeling, what you're thinking, what's running through your head. Say as much or as little as you'd like right now.
Well, as soon as I heard that this guy was coming in to town.
Why'd you have to pause it?
Okay.
He
He was coming in.
He was coming? Show me he was coming.
He was coming into town. Arriving, and I
That's not any better.
I knew that
I have arrived.
I knew. I had my I just felt this crazy intuition. I felt something about this guy, and so I prepared a list of questions. If I were to realize anything about this guy, I knew that I would be prepared to kick his ass and figure out some shit.
Kick ass and take names.
Fuck yeah.
So
yeah.
as you're preparing, you just you hear a knock at the pub front door. You know you're not supposed to open for a couple more hours.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a knock. You feel free to go check, open, do literally anything. Just you hear a knock.
Or throw off Jam's plans and just ignore it.
You're right.
I actually planned.
No, I
Okay.
figured.
I hear the knock, and I usually don't answer, but this week I was feeling a little different, so
Okay.
I decided to go down and look through the windows at who it was. Did I recognize them?
So you come out of your room. You go down to the main floor, and you look out beyond the doors. There's, still knocking. You see a very familiar face, and they're holding what looks like to be an envelope. Getting a little closer, you see none other than Cordelia, your Crimson Castaway bestie from your childhood. And like I said, you see what seems to be holding like a letter of some sort. Can you roll a quick perception check on that?
Okay.
You have a +3, right?
I believe so. I'm checking. Hold on. Yes, +3. 20.
Wow.
20.
Okay, so 23.
23.
Woo-woo-woo.
Yahoo.
Okay, so you kind of look at this letter, you analyze it as much as you can, because with the Crimson Castaways, they usually put an insignia on it for targets.
Right.
So the first thing you're doing is checking, Uh-oh. Is Cordelia here to assassinate me? Is she checking to see if I'm here to just straight up murder me because you're afraid of that at any moment in time? But when you look at it, it's definitely not the CC. There's no, it doesn't look like any of the type of envelopes that they usually have. And instead of seeing CC on it, you see the letters UC on it. But all you know is that, okay, it's definitely not an assassination thing. And, you know, she seems like she's not coming to kill you. She just looks like she's looking for you. It seems very relaxed. You're not like, the vibe that you're getting right now is literally just like, oh, I haven't seen her in months. Maybe she's like, was just in the area. You want to kind of say hi. Or like, you can't really tell, but, you know, it seems like good intentions are going around right now.
Yeah.
So are you going to let her in?
Oh, no, fuck that bitch. Yeah, I go to the front, practically running, because I missed her, and unlock the door. Struggles a little bit, because I'm too excited. Unlock it, open it. For the first time in a while, I hugged her. I'm not a hugger, but I love that bitch. So.
You hug her, and immediately she's, like, taken aback at first, but, like, then she, like, relaxes and just, like, gives you, like, a solid hug, and she says, "Hey, hot stuff. So sorry to bother you, but I was just in the area and wanted to see how you were doing. You know, it's been a couple months. And by the way, I saw this letter just sitting out, kind of addressed to you. So it says it's from UC. I want to ask. I know we don't talk about it, but here, you just take this. This is for you.
Gosh, you only come to me when it's business.
It's not business. The letter was just there. I have nothing to do with that. I'm not the messenger. I swear.
It's okay. I still love you.
So she hands the tattered envelope over to you, and you can tell immediately it's one of the letters from Uncle Cal.
Oh my god. Uncle Cal.
Cal, C-A-L. And you know. She's like, feel free to open it in private, do whatever you need. You know, I won't pry. But if it's cool with you, can I just kind of chill, have a drink maybe? Like, can we catch up a little bit, girlie? Like,
yes, of course. I missed you, obviously. So yeah, go sit. I'll get you whatever you want. Yeah.
So, you know, this is the first time you and your bestie have really been alone in a room together ever since the CC.
Yeah.
So,
two besties in a room, they might do it.
Yeah, I literally have in my notes, how you go about this is completely up to you. If you feel nervous about it being just you two alone because of your assassination background, or if you're like, oh, she's hot today. You know,
oh my god, like my best friend or something.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
Your character seems like the one to fall in love with her best friend.
Yep.
Especially because she's like the only person you've ever trusted to any extent.
Yeah.
No one said you can't fall in love with your best friend.
Okay.
You know, two bros chilling in a hot tub.
5 feet apart.
But they might
be
But, you know,
Hot tub rules, you know.
Down, you start pouring her a drink. And, yeah, you know, she just starts with small talk. She's like, oh, how's the pub business going? Like, is it good, you know?
It's been pretty good. It's been kind of busier lately. It's always steady, you know, because of people coming in for bounties and stuff.
Yeah, have you had any of those, you know, troublemaker crowds recently?
Always.
Of course.
Always.
Okay. You know how back in the CC we had that, like, body count game where we, like, compared how many kills we got for the month? How many have you, like, gotten recently?
For myself or others?
Oh, just, like, your kill count since the last time we saw each other.
Oh. Since the...
I know it's been a while, so it's probably some astronomical number, but tell me, I wonder if I beat you this time.
I mean, at least 20. At least.
Oh, you slowed down a little bit, Kylie.
Maybe
Okay,
30, 35, maybe 40, if I remember correctly.
Okay.
Right.
I will say, I think I beat you this time.
What?
I made a solid 50. And I'm like, I made it to the 50. I have to go check on her, see where she's at.
That's horrible. I'm so disappointed. What an asshole.
Hey. You've been winning for as long as I can remember. You've got the advantage of like long distance. I gotta do all that short distance stuff. It's so much harder. You gotta give me
I'm
credit.
not getting old. I'm not getting old.
No, I know you've been busy. The pub's been very busy. I understand, but like, I'm sure you've got missions that you could do at any moment.
Of course.
You know, like I know you gotta open up later. Is there anything I can do? Do you want me to help you set up or anything? Like, I know I just kind of barged in unannounced. I feel bad for like, kind of interrupting your day.
Oh,
like,
it's okay. I always am excited to see you when you actually come around. Damn.
Hey, I've been getting my 50 kills, girl. All right.
Whatever.
I don't see your number that high.
Oh, okay. Maybe I'll get 41 right now.
Whoa. Don't make me break the 50 line. I'll do it. She pulls out her blade and like points it at you, kind of like flirtatiously, like.
Oh my God. I pull out the gun, the small handgun.
Oh, you have
that's under
you have a straight up handgun?
the handgun that's under the bar that I always keep there, and just take it out, cock it.
Okay, girl. They've been saying recently, I'm getting faster than a bullet. You'll have to try a little bit harder than that.
Right. Right.
But seriously, she sees sheathes her blade, and goes, "Is there anything you need? I'll help you set up for the day. Whatever you need. Like,
I mean, yeah, if you want to help. I know that I usually try to go pretty quick because everybody always wants to come right as we open, and there's so many. So.
But as a payment, can you refill my drink?
Never. Yes. Take it. Pours it. Slides it. Almost falls over. But.
She catches it real quick and is like, thanks, bitch. And just like starts draining it like hardcore and slams it down, almost breaks the glass.
God.
And she's like, remember when we used to like sword fight with these things?
Yeah.
Like, oh my God, we were such stupid children. I still have the scar right here that you gave me.
Oh, that was too fun. Sorry to say it, but that was too fun. One of my favorite memories.
Oh, God. You see, like, she sighs, and, like, it seems like her mind is busy. She kind of, like, her mood kind of shifts for a second, and, she sets down that empty cup, and she's like, hey, can we talk about something?
Yeah.
So, I know we shouldn't talk about her past, but like, it's the more I'm in this profession, it just feels like it's weighing down on me, and I haven't been able to tell anyone, except for some people right before I kill them just for fun.
Of course.
It's like the worst kind of therapy I've ever had.
Seriously, feel you on that one.
And like, to be honest, even if you were marked as a target, I would warn you. I would come tell you. I wouldn't take that kind of target.
Yeah.
Even if my dad came back and he was the one to give me the target, I wouldn't do it. Not even. I don't fucking care about that guy.
Even though I never know where you are anymore, I would attempt to do the same thing.
Only tempted, man?
No, I would. Unless I really wanted to kill you, but.
I don't think I've done anything bad yet.
Right. No.
We don't have to talk about that one time, but.
Oh, right. Of course.
But, when I was a kid, and suddenly your vision starts blinking, and things go blurry, and everything around you, it's like you start blinking away, the flashing, and you're like, oh God, Cordelia, and as you're like trying to like see her again, it suddenly clears.
Oh my God.
and she's not in front of you. She's gone. You look outside. The sun seems to be setting. You're like, what the fuck? And you hear from upstairs. You hear, Ember, Ember, and you hear Cordelia run down the stairs, and she starts freaking out. She's like, "You're moving again.
She just left me down there.
You're what happened to you? I've been
Where's my pen?
oh my god, it's
Hold
been
on.
a week.
A week?
It's been a week. You've just been standing there, like you haven't been moving. I don't understand. Like no one believed me. Like I tried everything, and you weren't responding. Nothing. She sits down and she starts taking deep breaths. She tries to collect herself, and we're gonna take a step back.
Oh my god.
We're gonna take a step.
I drew the pub. Oh my god. What's it called? The bloody bullet.
We're gonna take a step back.
At
We're
least
gonna
what
take a step
I
back
assume it looks.
a week,
Oh.
actually.
Eddie.
And so we're in the bloody bullet, right? And
Nice.
Cordelia is catching up with her bestie. The past couple of years have been rough on her, and she feels like she can't talk to anybody without getting backstabbed, quite literally. So she knows that the Paladin sect has good people in it, but she feels like they'll just cause problems by talking to them. Like, not that they're gonna do it on purpose, but she just feels like she can't comfortably go to anybody. So she goes to the last person that she thinks she can even confide in. She goes for the only person she has any trust for, Ember, the half-elf bartender and assassin bestie.
Fuck yeah.
So, we find her going, hey, I know we shouldn't talk about her past, but can I tell you something? And Ember replies, yeah, of course. They've been catching up. They've been having a couple drinks, just kind of relaxing. And she starts, when I was a kid, my dad gave me this dagger. She pulls it out slowly and kind of examines it. He said the world took away his brother and his wife, but he couldn't let it take me away. And yet he's fucking gone. I just don't understand what happened. He just vanished without a trace. Someone told me that he died. I just don't want to believe it. Just family stuff just sucks, doesn't it? I mean, we both ended up in that crazy fucking orphanage together. So I'm sure you have some crazy family too stuff, like right, Ember?
Yeah.
No, don't respond.
Sorry.
You're
I'm here.
blinking
I'm
right
listening.
now.
Oh.
You're not listening at all. You
We're
don't
not
you didn't hear-
existing on the same plane of of mental
Pretty
existence.
fucking much.
So, are you even listening? She gets out of a chair and stares at you. But you seem faded? You seem...
High as fuck. Yeah, right.
No, not really. She approaches you, reaching out her hand. Ember? She tries to grab your arm, but it goes... She grabs nothing. It's air.
What?
She looks at you, and it's like smoke. You look like a mirage. As she grabbed your arm, it just kind of warped and then just kind of reshaped itself. It seemed like she was touching like a projection. It didn't seem right. She was like, what's happening? Fuck me. I try to get personal and this fucked up shit happens. Is that the fucking God's way of punishing me? She collapses to the floor, trying to get a hold of herself. And suddenly there's a knock at the door of the pub, and she looks at the clock. It's opening time. She sees all the regulars showing up for their first drink of the night. Cordelia runs outside and apologizes to the customers, saying there's a medical emergency and the bar can't be open for a while. She doesn't know how long or what needs to happen, but she goes around. Does anyone have any, anyone here a cleric? Anyone have any medical knowledge, or can someone please help me? We're not going to be able to open the pub for a while, but please, I need help. She finds someone, and brings this cleric over to this mirage that she sees of Ember. And the cleric looks at her. It's like, ma'am, are you feeling okay? And she looks at him just befuddled, and she's like, what do you mean? She's right here. Can you do something? Like, I can't touch her. Like, and he goes, there's nobody here.
What? Dog.
As the cleric that I am, I'm not going to perform anything on you, but please just take it easy. Maybe go rest, lay down for a little bit, drink something. You know, if you've been drinking, you might have had too much, but I see that glass over there is empty, so I'm sure you've been having fun. But take a load off for the rest of the night. And he walks out the door and does nothing.
Useless bitch.
Cordelia's sitting there. I don't know what the fuck to do. So he goes, she kind of puts together a sign and says, that says, pub closed temporarily. She just tries to do her best while she can. And she goes over to the CC and reports to them. She's like, hey, I don't know what happened, but Ember's having issues. I don't know how to describe it. But there's no one to run the pub. I put a sign out, but it's kind of stupid. You guys don't have extra staffing? Why would you leave it to one fucking person? She's literally an assassin. What if she, like, is injured and has to, you know, she can't come back for a while? Did you guys even plan for that? And I kind of look at her and they're like, well, there used to be other workers, but, you know how Ember is. She only trusts a couple people. And she's like, oh, are they like, they're like, some of them, only some of them. And she's like, oh, okay. Well, can we get together like a backup staff? I don't know if she's coming back. I don't know anything right now, but you might need someone to run the pub. So the CC's like, okay, we'll do our best. They put a sign together outside that says "Adventurers Needed," you know, Cordelia just goes back into the pub. She's like, oh, well, if I'm the only one that can see her, I might as well stay. Because she doesn't know if she's just losing her mind or if Ember's still there, just some spell is happening. She knows that there's something going on, but she's like, you know what, I'll stay here. I'll do what I can. So she decides, well, I have no reason to go out. I don't really have a place that I live right now. I'm kind of, you know, wherever the job goes, I go. I might as well stay here. So she goes up to your room. And she kind of gets herself settled in. She tries to keep your privacy out of her eyes, but she doesn't do well at that. She sees this clutter of notes just kind of strewn about the room, and she kind of peeks at them, and she's like, oh, she does have a target. Right? She wants to grab one of the most fucking famous assassins? Okay, show off. You know? And she's just kind of reading the notes, and she sees, so, oh, I'm not trying to kill him? Just question him. Okay. And she kind of looks through it, sees this kind of plan that you've kind of written out. She's like, I don't know how long she'll be gone, but this guy's coming tomorrow. Maybe I'll see if I can do something about it. So she kind of gathers the notes that she thinks she needs, specifically the questions and the locations that he's known to go to and where he gets his supplies and stuff like that. And she kind of organizes herself. The next day, she goes out and checks on Ember, and Ember's eyes, where they were fully open the day before, like half closed. She noticed that there is movement, even though it's the smallest movement. It looks like she's mid-blink, or, just, she seems to be moving really, really slowly. And she still missed. She can't touch her, but she's like, okay, she's moving. She's still here. She's just not here. And we'll worry about that later. But seeing that just like gives her hope. She knows that you're not gone. You're still existing, kind of. There's movement. There's hope. There's something. So, as the sun sets and night has fallen on Light Vale, the moon is bright this night. The ocean shines under the moonlight, lighting up the coastline in elegant rays of light. Cordelia leaves the pub and heads towards the Old Town Market. During the night, there's not the usual merchants. They're only there for the day. That's when all the customers are. Why would anyone be in the market at this time? Well, there's what the city likes to call night merchants. They're a group of people that know the notorious reputation of the assassins in the area, and so they kind of pack supplies that they know these crazies might be interested in. So she approaches the stand and talks to one merchant in particular, and is like, hey, if I pay you, will you be able to kind of swap out a flask? I'm kind of under a special mission. And he's like, trust me, I know what you're doing. I'll do it. Give me... and they haggle for a little bit, and they make a deal. She hands him an enchanted flask. One that has almost undetectable magic. That sort of slowly possesses the person that's holding on to it. And she warns the merchant, keep away from it, but sell it to the big guy that's coming tomorrow. And she leaves. She comes back tomorrow, the night still bright, the moon, slightly darker, and she watches much, much further out, and she sees the man of the hour approach the stand, ask for his usual, and get that special little flask that she handed the merchant the night before. Now, this spell is only undetectable because it lasts and slowly enchants the person. It'll take a couple days. So for the next couple days, she just checks on Ember, keeps the place clean, kind of organizes Ember's room, tries not to, power clean it because it was kind of a mess. But, puts all her notes and her assassin gear all in one spot. Kind of just like, she doesn't want to leave the place trashed. She knows she's intruding on your place of residence and that she shouldn't have probably opened that book to begin with, but she felt like she was kind of obligated. So 4 days pass, and she goes to the inn that she knows Hale has been staying at. She breaks in, and he's just kind of in a daze. He's like mumbling to himself. His eyes are glazed over, and he's just completely unresponsive. She goes up, just casually just breaks into the same. He's, on the second or third floor. She finds a way, climbs in, just goes straight through the fucking window. She doesn't need no staircases. She's on the job. Destruction is kind of part of it. She breaks in, sees him in the perfect state. Like, good, it worked. The nice thing about this flask is it's only usable once. It kind of fades into the person and lasts for usually about an hour, but depending on the person's resistances and strengths. Sometimes it goes faster or slower, so quickly she gets to work. She has no idea how long he's been in this enchantment, but she begins just tying him down, emptying out all his pockets, getting rid of anything that she could find on him. Almost strips him fucking naked, because he's got knives in every fucking corner of his body. He's got him like in his hair, under his hat, like all his cloak. Some up his sleeves. He's got defense for days, but he's stripped down, pinned down. He's literally tied, can't move a muscle at this point, and slowly comes to, he's like, impressive work. And, you know, he comes out of it, and she's kind of, like, thrown off by his immediate reaction. She's like, does this just fucking happen to you on a daily basis? And he's like, not usually this successfully, I will admit. How'd you do it? She's like, fuck off with your questions. I have questions. And she goes and checks the notes and goes through every question. And she knows how Ember is and how she would want every single detail, every single note, evidence to back it up. She wants everything to be truth, nothing but the truth. And who knows? He's an assassin. He could lie about every single detail. So he's like, here, you know what? I'll make a deal with you. I will give you any fucking piece of evidence, any bit of truth that you ask for, as long as you tell me how you got me in this state. I need to learn from every mistake that I make. And so you'll help me, I'll help you. We'll go about our merry way. It seems like you don't want to fucking assassinate me, as I can tell you are a trained assassin. So I feel relieved, and I feel like I can give you whatever you want. Just as long as it's in reason, of course. So she goes through, asks questions. Where were you on this date? What were you doing? What job? Who hired you at this time? You know, she got evidence, she got wanted posters, she got everything that she's seen Ember collect over the years. And she's like, okay, I think this is probably the best I'm going to get. It shows that where it was nowhere near Lightvale. He's got evidence, he's got eyewitnesses if we really need to go and talk to these people, but it's been decades. Well, we don't even know how reliable those sources would be, but I think I've got as much as I can get out of them. I'm gonna go. And as she's about to leap out the window the way she came, he's like, hey, what the fuck? Tell me how the fuck you did it. And she's like, you know what? A deal's a deal, because I don't want you trying to hunt me. So she tells him about the flask and the enchantment, and he's like, oh, okay, undetectable, I like it. Now, can you get me untied, please? And she's like, oh, fuck no, and she leaves. And she's like, he'll get out of it. He's fucking the best assassin I've ever met. I can't believe I actually talked to him. I should have done an autograph.
Oh my
that would have been great. But she goes on her way, she goes back to the pub. And she puts all these notes together with your already existing notes. She kind of organizes it best she can. She's like, I hope I did good enough. You know, this wasn't even my job to do. I hope I did something right for once. And she stays the night, checks on you, just goes back into your room. She kind of just lays there. Now that she's done the task, she's like, she just feels like she can't do anything. She feels helpless. She's laying there, staring at the ceiling, listening to the ticking clock that wakes Ember every morning. The time seems ever slowing. It feels like, it feels like it's been forever. It feels like anytime something seems hopeful in your life, everything just fucking goes wrong. And then she hears off in the distance, what the fuck? What happened? And so she perks up immediately. She runs downstairs and sees Ember moving again. You're back? What happened to you? You've been like this for a week. And now we're back to the present.
Yes.
Holy shit.
Dang, son.
Ew.
She's taking those deep breaths that we saw her do at last and compels herself, and she's like, okay, you and I, we need to talk. Can we go to your room, please?
I guess.
I'm sorry to just throw this at you, but we need to talk.
What? Okay.
So, you guys go upstairs, and, as you're kind of going upstairs, the first thing you notice is a bunch of fucking strangers coming into the pub before you're open, and you're like, what the fuck? You're being kind of dragged by Cordelia at this point, so you can't really say your concerns, but you just see them kind of setting up the pub. You're like,
No.
Like, when the fuck did this start?
Why did
And you as you're going up those stairs, the last thing you see is a sign that says, "We are back," with fireworks going off. And so you go upstairs, you sit down in your room. You walk in, you're like, my room, why is it so fucking clean? And you immediately start panicking about your notes. And before you can even say anything, Cordelia sits you down and said, okay, you go first. Tell me what you just experienced. And then I'll tell you my side.
All I know is that I was there listening to whatever we were talking about, and then I just saw this bright, like, light, and just everything went away, and then the next thing I know, I'm just here now.
How long did this like weird experience last? Like,
Just not that long. I just came and went.
in seconds?
Yeah.
Moments.
What the fuck is this? Okay. So, I was trying to get fucking personal with you, but suddenly you're just not responding, and I just look at you, and you're like not there. You're there, but you're not. Like you look like a fog. Like I tried to touch you, and I couldn't touch you, and
Was somebody trying to open up to me?
shut the fuck up. You've been gone for a week.
Uh-huh.
I'm serious. You've been gone for a week.
A week?
Listen to me. I'm being completely serious.
Okay.
And they're like, no, jokes all aside, I love you and I want to fuck around with you. Like, that'd be great. But this is fucked up.
There's no way.
You've been gone for a week. Let me explain.
Well, then why don't I remember it?
I don't fucking know. I've been just here. We had to.
What about the bar? What?
I closed it for you. You were just like not here, so I closed the place. I went to the CC and like,
who are those people? Who are they?
They're hired backup for whenever.
Hired.
Yeah, so like
You hired other people.
I didn't hire them. The CC did. It's not my fucking job. Listen, like they're just here for when you're not. You've been gone for a week. You've literally been gone for a week. They're not replacing you. You're not getting extra staff. They're only there for when you need them to be. You can literally snarl your teeth at any of them and they'll leave immediately. They know what you're like. It's okay. They've all been warned. It's part of their training. But they're only here if you need them. But you've been gone for a week. Like, oh my god. I saw that mission that you had, by the way. He's gone. He's not in town anymore. It's literally been a week.
You looked at my shit?
Okay, I knew you were gonna say that.
I love you, but
I didn't mean to, but I needed a place to stay while you were in this weird fucking warbly fucking phase, this fucking magic shit. I stayed in your room and like. I just saw that you had a target, and I kind of got curious.
if it was anybody else, I would have killed you on the spot.
I know. But look, she pulls out all the notes that she took. I went through all your questions. I got evidence. They weren't in Light Veil.
You met him.
Yeah, yes.
You met him, and you took my questions
Yeah.
that I've been wanting to ask him for years.
Look, I know he was only here for a week. I saw the information. And I didn't know how long you'd be gone for. I didn't understand what was happening.
It's okay.
I thought like the least I can do is help you out because if you weren't there, then you would have missed your opportunity. And I know he doesn't come here often. I just wanted to do my best.
How did you find him that quickly? I feel like he'd be way harder to find.
Oh, it's kind of funny actually. So I was kind of like snooping around. I found this like shady ass merchant, right? and he had like an enchanted thing, but I'm like, I don't want it detectable, so I bought this like really like enchanted thing that like slowly charms whoever holds it long enough. And so I gave it to like that. You know how he was supposed to meet that one night merchant on like the second day he was here?
Yeah.
I like had the merchant sell the like whatever he was fucking buying.
You bribed the merchant.
Of course, it's part of business, you know.
Of course.
And so like the effect like takes a couple days, and so he was fully charmed. He was like completely. He was out of it. But so I like fucking stripped him of any defenses he had. I tied him the fuck up.
You stripped him.
It was business,
Right.
right?
Oh, right.
He's
Business.
fucking ripped though.
Oh.
Anyway,
Did you get a signature?
I forgot. I thought about it.
I would
once
burn
left.
it.
Oh, okay, never mind. But anyway, I got as much information as I could. I got like evidence. I got like I've got not really contacts, but like people, eyewitnesses that know he was there. Like, if you really need to go into all the evidence, but for whatever that date means, I didn't look into it. I promise. I kept your privacy as private as I could, especially living in your room full of your fucking notes everywhere, bitch. You are not organized, but I get that you're supposed to be the only one in here. It's understandable. And so I am sorry, but like if I was supposed to sleep on the bed, you literally like put it all around the bed. I just like kind of saw it as I was picking it up, you know. But whatever. I
usually spend the days that I'm not, or the time that I'm not working, trying to find shit about this man. So.
yeah, I'm sorry. I kind of took the moment away from you, but
Yeah.
you know,
A little bit.
I'm sorry, but it's not like
It's okay.
it's not like you disappeared on purpose.
I
Unless you did, which is fucked up, by the
You
way,
never
if
know.
you did do that.
I understand you had the opportunity.
It wasn't. I felt obligated. It wasn't really an opportunity.
Yeah.
I was worried. Okay.
It's okay.
So. Okay. I know you probably have your shit to do, and you know the bar just got set up. You're about to be open. I'm not gonna stay in a room. I promise. I'm just gonna kind of hang out in the pub. I mean, I've been here fucking all week.
Well, since you've already seen all my shit, if you need to stay in my room, you can, or if you want to.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna stay out on the floor with you just in case you start phasing out again.
Are you asshole?
What do you mean? You're the one who fucking left me here for a week. I was trying to fucking tell you about my best, but fuck you. I won't tell you. Make that well. Or we'll see. But whatever.
Oh my god. Oh.
Okay. So, Ember, you're like, okay. Well, I don't know what the fuck just happened, but I'm gonna go to work, I guess. So you go downstairs. All of the backup staff see you immediately.
That's right.
they all like look at you. They make direct eye contact, look at each other, and just bolt. The pub is fully set up. You're ready to be opened.
Wait. I run out the door, take a singular coin, throw it at them. Whoever can get this, you're welcome.
One of your regulars that shows up immediately. Sweet, and then just pockets it, and then he walks in and hands you back that coin. Like, can I have your first drink?
Yeah, I guess.
As you fully witness him take the coin.
Proud of you for that one.
And he like blushes, like, I don't know. It's like, oh, a hot bartender. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you get to work, all your usuals come in, and then, can you roll a quick perception check, please?
I don't know. No, I can't.
I drew a church. Kind of.
Rosie's
It's
Googling.
an 11.
11?
Plus
That's perfect.
3, question mark? Yeah.
Yeah. So, you see what looks to be just a really, like, young girl. She looks like a child, just fucking walks in and, like, happily skips straight over to the bar, sits down, and, it's like, can I get a drink, please?
And I'm kicking my feet.
I
I'm, like,
look
freaking
over
out.
at Cordelia, like,
and if you feel inclined to just be like, I know it varies from race to race, but I, kind of check an age, kind of see what's going on. It literally looks like a 5-year-old human just walked in and is like,
are you like 5? Like,
Excuse me, ma'am. I am 20. That is so mean. Can I have a drink? Can I have? What's the best thing you've got? Because I'll take that.
Super nice.
Because I'm waiting for one of my friends. I think he's really cool. So, and he'll be here soon. So, actually, can I have 2 of those? How much is it?
Do you even have money?
Oh yeah, I have loads. I'm so rich.
I guess. I look at her, and since she's young and gullible, 20.
20. I'm a gnome. Thank you very much. I live in Apple Shade, and it's my first time in the city.
30? What is that? What you're saying? You 30 total? Is that what? 30.
$30. 30 coins?
Yeah.
and
Do I have enough money?
okay, so
If
as this kind of weird haggling situation is happening, the paladin man himself walks in and just hears this robbery of this poor innocent gnome that's happening, and decides he might want to intervene on that.
A simple ale for you're charging them 15 for a simple ale? No. You do not rob this not poor, but this gnome of.
Maybe don't tell me how to run my pub.
No. See, that's the thing is that like, I'm with this person. Otherwise, I wouldn't care.
Are you one of those good boys that run?
hey, don't diss on my guy.
And as you say that, you do notice the paladin crest on him, and you're like, oh shit. So you see that he does have some authority, and it kind of corrects you a little bit, but you're still going to be an asshole.
So why are you even in here if you're,
I'm in here. Why else would someone else be in here?
You're you.
I am. Thank you.
You're not the type that comes in here, so.
I don't know, Ember. I've been in here a couple times and you've served me drinks.
Well, I guess it's an.
I do know
Easy
your
fix.
name, so.
Yeah, that's, ugh. Whatever. Anyway, this is awkward. Whatever.
Yeah.
So, how about those drinks?
Whatever. I look at your crest one more time. 10 total.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And I give her the money.
15?
No, I already gave you the money.
Whatever.
Give me my drinks
Give it
for
away.
me and my buddy here.
Bossy? No. Quiet. Not in my pub. Yeah. Takes out the cups. Takes out the drinks. Pours them at the same time like a badass. Perfectly.
I'm angry at this girl. She's mean.
Take them. Take a swig out of one of them. Gives it to you. Hands the other one to you.
Can I have like a handkerchief and I just kind of rub the edge?
The petting, the little cloak on like the little mouth. Just.
Yeah.
The disrespect.
Yeah.
So,
I just.
and as that's your first drink, you taste it, and immediately are fucking revolted.
Excuse me, there's been enough blood and puke on this floor. Why are you?
Where is this establishment? You take me here? I say, show me the city. You take me here?
Hey.
Sorry.
Take that early little drink away from you. I will. I could even throw it at you if I.
No, I take it back and I throw it at her.
Wow.
Wait a minute. All right, simmer down.
I take the gun out, point it at you.
Oh, God.
Sorry.
This is not how I thought the interactions would go.
What do you have to say? I'm sorry, please. This is my first time in the city. I've never been here. I'm sorry.
You better learn
All right
quick.
now, Ember. We wouldn't want to do anything brash, would we?
Take a deep breath. Stare at you.
Dude, this girl's kind of
Cheers.
afraid. You didn't
You
hear that.
didn't hear that.
I whispered it.
Well, I look at you because you whispered something. Just,
Nothing. Your outfit's really nice today.
yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Puts it away.
So,
Ember, we've had a very unique week.
So have I. Interestingly.
Did you do that too?
Did I?
So earlier today, we were just walking outside. It was like, what?
Mhm.
Listen, we were walking, and then we like blanked. We blunked.
Takes a little at my knife and just spins it around.
We like blinked. Did you tell any? Because we blinked, and then it was later.
All right,
you
so
ever
here.
Outside of your house?
No,
Yeah.
I've literally never been in the city. Isn't it so exciting?
Ember,
So-
in a non like suspecting way, have you noticed anything odd happen recently in like the last week?
Have. Just me though. Everybody else has been a little bit quiet about that, but
so Finn, that immediately kind of triggers something. You're like, okay, so everyone that I've talked to thus far has not experienced this, but you have run into one person who seems that they have, and you immediately feel intrigued to just kind of see if it's the exact same experience. You're trying to make sure that your kind of intuition is serving you right in this moment.
Believe it or not, that was the plan.
Oh, wow. I already knew you had that plan, but I just kind of voiced it.
I know. So,
get it out.
what would you say your last week's been like? Like, what have you been doing, or has it just been kind of like flashed by in like a second?
Sit there kind of silently, thinking if I really want to open up to this guy, because who the fuck is he?
Yeah.
But
We all know you, Ember. You don't know me. No, I'm kidding.
Yep.
No, hey. Remember, you didn't. This is my own thoughts.
well,
Seems in character.
Yeah, I
honestly.
know.
I guess since you asked so nicely, this week really didn't happen. If I'm being completely honest, I was there in my bar,
And then you weren't, but you were.
and then I saw some lights, saw some weird lights, and just I didn't.
Maybe
I
a
didn't
little
know.
dizzy, a little
Yeah.
a little kind of out of it, like just kind of flashing, and then.
How do you even?
Oh, wait, hold up, wait, y'all are looking this. Me and this little funny little gnome that you so graciously threatened a minute ago. We went through the same
Yeah.
thing. Actually, I just got back from the paladin's sect from giving a report on it. So yeah.
And as you guys are discussing this, you see someone, it seems to be like just a hooded figure who is sitting by himself at a table. You see him, Ember specifically, you see him because you're facing him. You see him kind of perk up. He slowly looks and is like, you can't really see his face, but he's making direct eye contact with you and is kind of like surveying your party. And slowly, he rises from his seat. He hadn't ordered anything. He was just kind of there. And he approaches behind the two of you and kind of sits next to one of you, wherever a chair is available. And you just hear beneath the hood just him mutter, "You poor souls are doomed to follow my fate.
Okay.
Live it up while you can. You don't have much time left. And then that's the end of the session today.
What? That's pretty good. Nice cliffhanger you got. Oh shit! I'm so excited now.
So I wanted to kind of have a decompression.
Oh,
I wanted your feedback. What'd you guys think?
that was so
Dude,
fun. Like
I
actually,
already love it.
that was so great, and the
So-
world building is really good.
Right, dude, it's so good at like you're a
Yeah.
great DM already. Holy guacamole!
And that's.
I love that you doodled like the entire time. Kylie only during her section started taking notes.
Well, yeah, because it needed it for.
And Connor was just doing something else.
I'm not gonna lie, I don't know what I was doing.
Drinking it up over there.
Yeah, I'm over here like, cheers,
Also,
mofos.
are you gonna be posting these to like YouTube?
I don't know what he looks like.
I
yet. Doesn't he
could.
form-
I don't know where I was planning on it, but I could.
Because like
Let's go there.
I have a YouTube channel. If you wanted to like put it on there, if you don't have your own, I don't know. Because like
Also, I as the DM would like to post it as well. I'll also edit it too.
yeah, I love
Wait,
it.
are you
Yeah.
gonna?
What
Okay, for
what
people-
I could.
Yeah, no, you're good. You're
Dude, we have. Okay, next week.
good. Take these.
Same time.
All the patrons in the entire tavern freeze in place. Time has stopped inside of Light Vale. They slowly float down and immediately look at the four of you. And they pull out whatever closest weapon they have and begin marching towards you. Roll initiative.